Hi. Can I be honest? For the longest time, I thought resting was the same thing as being lazy. If I wasn't constantly being productive, working, cleaning, or producing something, I felt guilty, like I was wasting the time God has given me to steward. But here's what I'm learning: rest isn't laziness, rest is actually obedience. It's built into God's design for us. You know how in Genesis it says God created the world in 6 days and then he rested on the seventh? He didn't rest because he was tired. I mean, God doesn't feel tired. He rested to set a pattern for us, to show us that rest isn't optional. And then later in the Ten Commandments, God actually commands his people remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Think about it. Rest is not a suggestion by God. It's not something you do only if you get around to it. It's actually a command by God. And here's what hit me. When I refuse to rest, I'm not just being busy. I'm actually being disobedient to God. Because rest is a way of trusting God. It's me saying, I don't have to hold the whole world together. I don't have to control everything. I can stop because God never stops being faithful and He has everything under His control, regardless of whether I'm doing something right now or not doing something right now. Now, I will be real with you though. A lot of the time, what I call rest isn't actually rest. It's disobedience. Scrolling on my phone for an hour doesn't restore me, doesn't refresh me. It does not lead me closer to God. Binging another show on Netflix late at night doesn't refresh me. It doesn't restore me. It is not rest. That is numbing myself and it is actually hurting me and it is making me more unrestful. True rest, the kind God calls us and calls you into, it should restore your spirit. It could mean reading a psalm. It could mean taking a walk without your phone. It could mean journaling your thoughts and writing a prayer journal. It doesn't even have to be spiritual. Every single part of our lives is spiritual because whatever we do, we need to do unto the Lord. So even taking a good nap when my body needs it, that's rest. And that's obeying God. That's trusting God. It means going to sleep on time. That's rest. That's trusting on God's provision. But scrolling for 10, 8, 5 hours a day, it is not rest. That is just a misuse of the time God has given us. I can think of days when I was overwhelmed and instead of pushing through, I did stop. Took a short walk, prayed, and came back completely rested. And I had a clear headspace. And I was able to not feel overwhelmed because God doesn't want us to be overwhelmed. God does not want us to be anxious because anxiety is a show of not trusting in God. And God understands that we are human beings. We do get overwhelmed with all the things that happen, that we go through. And that's why He commanded us to rest because He was looking for our good. It's just that we are very, very inequipped and unskilled in doing what actually is restful and choosing what is actually not restful. We all should just pause and think about it. Is what I'm going to do right now really going to make me rested or not? Most of the time, sometimes it's not. We need to be really honest with ourselves. So, and resting is not wasted time. That is us trying to obey God's call to rest. So if you're like me and you struggle with guilt about resting, remember, rest is obedience. It's choosing to trust God and He has everything under control regardless of what we do or do not do. We are not God. We need rest. So let's rest. And that is such an actually like a freeing thing. Like I can take a nap, and God is actually honored by that because if we do it in faith, we are honoring God and we are worshiping God, and that's amazing. Like me taking a nap is honoring to God. Isn't that great? And when we rest His way, He restores us, He builds us up, and He gives us the strength to continue on for the task that He has planned for us. So if you need the rest today, take a good, nice rest. Just make sure it is resting and not numbing yourself. Okay, bye. I'll see you again next time.